Good morning, people. How are you doing? How's life? How was your weekend? Welcome back to the channels. Chrissy Sawyer here, and we have some new members of our divergently rebellious family. So welcome to Felicity. It's lovely to have you here. Mike Powers, Randolph, Felicia, and to Sean McMurrin. Thank you so much, guys, for clicking that button and becoming a member of this warrior tribe. It's lovely to have you here. And I want to, because we work in the collective and people share so beautifully on this channel, I want to kind of support that by welcoming in a different way to existing subscribers. And I've been kind of witnessing these guys in breakthrough coming into their blossoming, and they're arriving and coming onto their soul path and learning to sing through their soul, through their soul voice. So I want to support that, like we tend to support one another on this channel. So I want to give two shout outs. I'm going to put their links in the description box to two newbie YouTubers. And I'm going to invite you to, for no reason whatsoever, visit their channel and drop them a couple of likes or comments or subscribes just to help their channel to grow. Okay, so one new birthing YouTuber is a channel called Ruba the Heart Mender. Ruba, your videos are absolutely beautiful. Even though they are bilingual, what comes through your voice is magical and meditative. And it doesn't even matter that I don't understand the 3D words. What matters is what comes in through your voice. It's beautiful. Well done. What you're bringing is so melodic and deep and soulful. So thank you. And the other one is a lovely chap called Mike Dupont. Mike and I have been friends for years. And he's breaking through into his inner shaman or shaman, however you say it. And so Mike has a beautiful channel called Spirit on the Hill. I haven't written it down. I think it's Spirit on the Hill. So it's so Hill is healing in love and light. So spirit healing in love and light. And I love your channel, Mike. It's Mike's speciality is the balance of ego and heart energy, and what he brings is nature-based. It's deeply shamanic. It's very wise. So, Mike, well done. Both Mike and Ruba, well done on breaking through, coming out of your cave and shining a camera on yourself for the world. So anyway, guys, please support them in any way that you can. I'm going to put their links down below. And because we work in a tribe, I want us to send whatever we can, whether it's love or wisdom or light or a virtual huggle, to a subscriber called Bushcraft Survival Jack Only, who's bringing their pain, big style, rage, anger, feels they've been let down by spirit, by whatever they think supports them. So yeah, they're really bringing their wounded. It takes a hell of a lot of courage to do that. You know, we can call that toxic and we can evict him or her, but I'd rather engage and work with them through their conflict. And I hope that you fellow warriors will want to do the same with me. So just send love, you know, just send love. We're all going through it. Right. So, and that conflict brings me swiftly to, there are only two cards here, but I'm just going to do a quick energy capture for current, whatever current is. And yesterday or Saturday, I got this really clear message to triangulate the polarity. Yeah, that sounds really clever, doesn't it? And what I was with was the yes, no. Let me just close these notes down. So the yes, no creates a polarity, okay? And there are no two opposites that cannot be reconciled, okay? The law of polarity is that there are no two opposites that cannot be reconciled. And so the underlying energy that's wanting to present itself, and look at the timing of this, is yang. And we have, I think the sun is moving out of Pisces and into Aries this week. And Mercury is changing its placement as well. So things are going to start to get active, masculine. I'm sorry about the light. We have thick cloud from like 50 or 60 degrees yesterday. It's bonkers. So it looks like this week we're going to be coming into some fiery masculine energy. So I get the message, triangulate the polarity. I'm coming back to that in a minute. And the supporting card for this, look, is Mending. Coming in on a 25-7. And 7 is the number of spiritual alchemy. It's fusing light in the body at the heart center. So that can be waking up to a new value system, waking up to a new belief, healing an inner wound and refusing that light, recoding that belief. Okay. So the polarity, the yes or no, the positive or negative charge, let's say, as a collective energy, the positive or negative charge is going to get highlighted this week. We've got fire coming into Aries, okay, sun. And that's going to activate a lot of things. And if Mercury is hovering close by, then it's all about communication. Okay, so in the astro readings for the second half of April, the card I saw the most was the Chaos and Conflict card. And I think that might have been a heads up to what's coming this week. So if we have a polarity of positive and negative, if we change that line for which there are only two courses of action, I'm in or I'm out, I love you or I hate you, I agree or I disagree. But if we create that into a 3, okay, so turn it into a triangle, and it doesn't matter which way the triangle goes. Okay, upwards pointing triangle is the masculine, and downwards is the feminine. And when you bring those two triangles together and fuse them in the middle, that's the magical 7. Fusing of life, light, life in matter. So what can we triangulate the yes, no with? Well, can it be a maybe? Maybe. So if you write your yeses, so let's say you have a conflicting situation at the moment, or a decision to make, or something that's pushing your buttons, then you might be in that in or out energy. But if you triangulate that and stick a maybe in there, or just a question mark if you can't find an identifier for it. So if under the yes you go, I'd be in because, I'd be out because. But what if? And see what comes. That's going to open up. That's going to open up a whole new world of milk and honey. That's going to open up a more adult, flexible. Flexible was another card that came out a ton last week. A more adult, flexible, balanced, empowered, self-motivated. That's really important. Self-motivated. So sometimes when I work with career people, they're in that push, drive, strive energy of making something happen, pushing into it. And I ask them, what's your motivation in this? And they don't know. They've got caught up and sucked into that paradigm that's very striving and very pushing. And we get lost in that. We lose our sense of self. Okay. So the triangulation can bring you into the milk and honey of birthing a new world, of options, of, oh, I didn't see that, of aha moments, can bring you into the here and now. Okay, because This is birth, 23-5, and 5 is the energy of 2021. It's change, it's creation. It's the feminine and the masculine have come together and now want to push through into that 5, and it's conflict, chaos. It's literally the energy of the 5. So the here and now can mean the world of difference to the yes and no, because the yes and no might be coming from the past. Okay, so our fears are based in the past. They're very rarely here now, unless we're standing in front of a fast-moving vehicle. That's genuine fear. That's life-saving fear. Okay, but in the here and now is where you will find your milk and honey. So this is speaking into. Again, we're getting a repeating message here of, oh cracky, of bringing the past to the present. Our fears are created in the past. And when I say past, I can be talking generationally, past. And we have collapsing of timelines on a ground that's been going on since 2019. I've really started seeing collapsing of timelines to bring that past mind into the present moment. And if we allow this milk and honey here and now, fated consciousness, we move into trust and not knowing. Trust and not knowing. Could almost be another polarity, couldn't it? I trust, but I've no idea where I'm going. That's my 2021 so far. I trust, but I've no idea where I'm going. Sometimes I get a sense of it when I really tune into the here and now. And sometimes I get lost in the chaos and conflict because I'm bringing the past into this present. And this present very often is very lovely. So, wow, look at how these cards are coming out. I think there's going to be some, okay. I'm just getting a message to pull an archetype. I was just going to say there's going to be some archetypal healing happening this week. Let's just pull an archetype. Thank you. I wonder if this is linked. You know, for the first time in my life last week, I got asked the same question twice. I've never been asked it. Are you a Christian? My response is, what is a Christian? Bam. Oh, wow. I didn't want this to be a long reading because I have clients, but look what it's come out with. I think this is archaic energy. This is archaic energy. So if we're talking about yang and mending, we might be talking about patriarchal society and how that has wounded the child with its non-acceptance of, I don't know, creative masculinity, divine femininity, how it has programmed and reprogrammed this obedient, subservient human being that wants to get into the here and now to experience the milk and honey, to see how they truly are blessed. But there's this wounded child coming through this archaic energy. It's a great opportunity for healing, I would imagine, this week. So the light attributes of priest energy facilitate spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Oh, wow. So I've just finished watching The Crown. Now, I am as anti-royal as it gets. I started watching The Crown the day before Prince Philip died. That was no coincidence. And I learned that constitutionally, the Queen's responsibility is not to serve the people, it is to serve God. She is an elected figurehead by God. What? Like, what the fuck? Really? Okay, that's the shadow. That's the shadow, is misuse of power, okay? Shadow attributes violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. This is guruism, yeah, okay? Wounded child. That's all of my work, is the grown wounded child. And it's the child that hasn't learned to own and take responsibility in adulthood for childhood wounding, and rather projects their wounding and their needs and their emptiness onto others and makes others responsible for them. And in a generally codependent society, the other will take custody of that responsibility and become entangled in a really unhealthy way. It's like, and I've said this right at the start of the channel, I started talking about codependency and how we're breaking it down to become self-individuated, self-actualized, self-identified, okay, self-motivated, coming from soul, from spirit. And here we have this, are you a Christian, creeping in. So it's really, I'm just fascinated with it. I might do a follow-up reading on this actually, because it's feeling archaic. So I'm going to quickly wrap this up because I really do have to go. If I go back to the first two cards, and we have mending, the active masculine, fire, okay? And we can do that by triangulating the only two options you think you have, the yes or the no, the in, the out, the positive or the negative, the good, the bad. Triangulate it, turn it into a 3. 3 is the number of the blueprint. That's where we birth new blueprints for ourselves, new ways of behaving, new ways of loving. Stick a question mark in the triangulation and write into it, or talk into it, or feel into it, and you watch the world open up for you. Okay, that's my message for today. People, I love you. I love that you're here. Your comments, oh, so much love. Just so much love and raw warrior. People, you rock my world. I love that you're here. Please like, share, subscribe. I think I'll see you again soon on this one. Take care. Much love.